Welcome back to North of the Broad. I'm your host, Karen Wyman, coming to you from Low Country Produce, and I'm here this afternoon with Laura Maxey from Artworks. Welcome to the show, Laura.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm really excited that you're here, and hopefully you have this opportunity to talk to people who are here in Beaufort and are not familiar with Artworks, or those who are maybe visiting, to give them some information. So start off by telling us a little bit about Artworks.
Sure. I'm actually surprised that every single day, pretty much, we have somebody walking in the door that doesn't know who we are or what we do. We are the Arts Council of Beaufort County. We've been around since 1991. We've been in our space at Beaufort Town Center, which is where the Kmart and the Omni Gym are, for about 6 years now. And we are a community art center. We have display space. We have resident studio artists who work in their studios. We have classes for kids and classes for adults, and we have plays and performances, and we work with the school district too. So we do a lot of things.
Yeah, I am familiar with your work with the school district. I have 2 students in the Beaufort County schools, and I know they've had the opportunity to go to Artworks and have enjoyed their time there. You mentioned one of your that you have classes for adults. So talk to us about that, and if there are viewers out there who are interested in taking or participating, let's give them some information.
Great. I would hope that they are interested in taking classes. We have some really cool things coming up. This weekend, we have a fabric painting class, so people can bring in an article of clothing and paint a design for themselves or a grandchild or anybody else that they love or have a special occasion coming up. And we have some jewelry making classes that are going on from time to time. We've got a felt scarf making class with Margot Duke, and she has written 2 books and lives in Habersham and is a great teacher, and it will be a lot of fun to teach people how from start to finish to create their own handmade scarf using fiber arts. We've got some more things coming up, some drawing and painting classes as we go throughout the summer. We're going to be getting into some woodworking classes and some other craft type classes, maybe even do some duck decoy carving for the men who maybe aren't as willing to walk in and do an art class as some of the women.
So all sorts of mediums for adults and children.
Yes, and from beginners to more advanced classes. You know, we're trying to promote art and the artistic spirit in anybody.
Well, I may send my husband down your way for the duck carving. He's done that before when we lived in Massachusetts, so he'd be excited to be able to participate. So, let's talk about the kids. So what do you got going on for kids this summer?
Well, right now, this very week as we're talking, Shakespeare Rep is in residence at Artworks, and
Wonderful.
They're doing a teen intensive acting workshop. So we've got kids going en garde and jug cues and all these kinds of crazy things, and bada-bee, bada-ba, all the acting exercises. So it's fun to see young people just really engaged in their craft and figuring out if this is what they want to do for a living. Coming up June 22nd through the 26th, we have a kids art and yoga camp. The teacher is Blythe Brown. Her parents live right here in Beaufort, and she's been up in Asheville teaching elementary school. So she is a certified yoga teacher, and also is going to integrate some science into it, as well as some arts. They're going to do, it's called Things with Wings. So they're going to pretend that they put themselves in the place of a bird and do a drawing from an aerial perspective. They're going to do some scavenger hunts and talk about nests and where birds nest, and do some movement yoga things related to that as well. So that should be a really fun kids camp.
Yeah, it sounds like very interactive, get people moving and out from behind those screens that we find many of our children behind.
Yes, they'll be fully engaged in indoors and outdoors and art and
Great. I know that you talked about having theater space there, and you've done some renovations to that space. Tell us a little bit about those renovations.
I think people that have known Artworks before and have always enjoyed Artworks are still going to feel that it's a comfortable, intimate space, but we can do so much more now. We've taken out the fixed seating risers, and we have a vinyl floor down as well as a stage area. So we can put out little round tables now with candles and do a jazz club, or we can have dance events because we have a lot of floor space now. It's great for musicians. We've got the Low Country Wind Symphony in there practicing, and they love the acoustics now. So it's just a really multifunctional space. We've even had bridal showers in there since we renovated. So it's just constantly changing and evolving and adapting to different events and shows that we have going on.
So lots of versatility for you and for any of those people who want to participate in any medium.
Yeah, I find that people are wandering in and going, oh my gosh, I never realized how big this space was, because it just looked so much smaller with the fixed seating in there. So.
Well, great, that's wonderful. One of the things I know that's coming up is that you all will be celebrating your 25th anniversary. So do you have any plans, anything big that's going to go on in order to celebrate this quarter of a century?
Yeah, absolutely. We are bringing back the Harlem Renaissance event, which we will be doing in conjunction with Black History Month in the early months of 2016. So it'll be January 30th, and we will be having art and music from the period of the Harlem Renaissance, the Jazz Age. We are looking at working with the schools to get some kids to come in and do Charleston dancing. We have a ballroom dance group that's located near Artworks we're working with to teach people some of the period dances. One of our board members is with the Paris Island Marine Corps Band, so maybe not at the Harlem Renaissance event, but we'll look to have the Marine Corps Band there to help us celebrate our anniversary, and all kinds of things throughout the year, that little pop-up events to celebrate.
Great. Well, sounds like there's a lot going on. If people want to get more information, they can go to your website.
They can. It is www.BeaufortCountyArts.com.
Good for people to know that there's the Beaufort County in there before they get to the arts. And we thank you so much for coming and sharing all this information with us today. We hope to have you back in the fall. And we'll be right back with our next guest on North of the Broad.